No! No! You shut your goddamn mouth. You're not supposed to be on. You're too damn childish. Hey guys, welcome back to another Gothic Truth, and this is another personal top 10 on the day of Christmas Eve. Yeah. This one, just like the one before, has nothing to do with Christmas, as the title says before. Yeah. Ain't that a kick to the balls? Sorry, I can't help it. So today, I'm going to do my favorite video game franchises, some of my favorite games overall. I'll be able to pick out from some of my own favorite games, as long as they're all in the same franchise. Now, rules. 1. Must be an original video game franchise. I don't care what anybody says, Dragon Ball is not a video game franchise. Number 2, if I haven't played any games in the franchise, then it might not be able to be in the list. So, just because it's not in the list doesn't mean I hate it or dislike it. It just means I haven't played it, or it means that I may like it, but it's not one of my favorites. So, be prepared. And number 3, indie and PC games will not be on this list, because I don't really do that a lot. I use my computer for video making, and, you know, let's get started, shall we? Number 10, Activision. What did you do to Crash Bandicoot? Crash Bandicoot. He's one of the first video game characters I have ever played as. That's probably because my first video game system I've ever played on was, besides a Game Boy, a PlayStation. So the first console I ever played on was a PlayStation 1. Crash Bandicoot. He's the only real character I loved at the time. I'm not even sure if I played Pokemon yet. I don't know. I mean, like, I'm a weird kid. I was a weird kid. I'm still weird, but obviously I'm not a kid anymore. Crash Bandicoot was just simple and fun to me. It was like difficult platforming, but yet very simple to get your hands on and get your hands on and all that shit. And there's something about Crash that really intrigues me. But you know what? Activision, stop milking the Call of Duty franchise, stop killing Crash Bandicoot, and give him back to Sony or Naughty Dog. Because we all know you can't resurrect a franchise, so just give him back to Sony and we'll leave you alone. So you can continue milking the Call of Duty franchise, not even continuing your franchises people actually like, and continue using only half the money other companies give you to make games based on the other franchises to make a half-ass buggy game and use the other half to keep your company sustainable. So, a little suggestion. Give Crash back to Naughty Dog, you sons of bitches. Number 9. Fuck! Imagine yourself a kid in the late 90s or early 2000s. You got your hands on one of the best video game handhelds and one of the only video game handhelds in existence at the time, the Game Boy or Game Boy Advanced. What games are you going to get? Besides Mario Advanced. Of course, Pokemon. Every kid loves Pokemon. Kids today still love Pokemon. The people who used to play Pokemon love Pokemon. Even, what the fuck, why is this tree not on? Even the adults that, like, used to play Pokemon still love Pokemon. I mean, Pokemon with 6th generation X and Y. I mean, I played only the first 5 generations, and I wanted to get either X or Y, but I couldn't really get it because the money is tight right now. And I want to save up for Kingdom Hearts 3, a PS4, and the new Super Smash Bros., both versions. So, yeah.
So adorable.
Not as much as Skitty. Skitty is freaking adorable. If you don't know who Skitty is, look Skitty up on... It's just Kitty, but with S at the front. Simple, but it's so freaking adorable. And, oh my god, it's going to be like my favorite Pokemon. I don't care what anybody says. Fuck you. Skitty's adorable. Number 8. Mario. Mario. This has to bring any kid from the 80s, 90s, and today some memories of nostalgia. Whether it's fucking Toad in the original, because he always is all like, Princess is another cancel. As he was flipping you off in his sprite. Yeah, you don't believe me? Look it up. Or going to other galaxies or 3D lands or worlds as he's doing now on the Wii U. But, man, I wish I could get my hands on Super Mario 3D World. Mario is just such a simple character, and you wouldn't imagine kids loving an Italian plumber who looks Mexican, who seems American, who was made by the Japan, and who is meant to be Italian. Ain't that a fucking doozy? Number 7, Mirror's Edge. I can't wait for the next one to come out for PS4 and Xbox One. For all of you who are complaining that it's not going to be on PC, first, shut up. I love Mirror's Edge. The ability to run around and bash your doors in a big, free, open area. And it's not like you don't know where you're going. The color red shows you around. It follows the free runner Faith, who dealt with a very dark past. She has a ton of tattoos. She's badass. I just love badass female characters. I already talked about Mikasa from Attack on Titan in my first video. Spoilers. It's like, Faith is almost like Mikasa. I mean, she kind of is. She's just like Mikasa, the Mirror's Edge version of Mikasa. It's like if you take Attack on Titan and remove all the Attack on Titan and put the mirrors and the edges in there, you've got Faith instead of Mikasa. Am I confusing some of you? I'm so sorry. Number 6. American Mickey's Alice. It only has 2 installments in the franchise, and I love both. I never played the first one, so I can't really say I love that one. But I love Alice Madness Returns. Oh man. It's just like, she's another one of those badass characters. They're like, no matter what gets thrown in her face, she'll just keep fighting. Now some of you would say,
Oh, that makes her an emotionless character.
but you gotta think about what she's dealt with in her past. She's dealt with insanity and madness. And take like every Alice character that's existed in like the movies and mainly the books, and just turn them all into like a sick demented version because of their dark future. Like if you read the books, imagine what their future could be like if something fucked up. Happily ever after. Yeah, screw that. Number 5.
Yes, son of a bitch, you blew on my tree!
Minecraft. I have only the Xbox 360 version because my computer cannot handle doing PC gaming, and just right before it came out in PS3, like literally 3 to 5 days before it got announced to come out in PS3, I'm like, fuck, I could have waited to get on my favorite video game system. It's like, damn it! I thought it was going to be only on those 2 systems, because you'd imagine a remake will also be released on a different system at the same time. Makes me wonder, are they going to make a Wii U version? I mean, I think they announced the PS Vita version, but would they make a Wii U version? Because I think that would be pretty awesome. I mean, pretty convenient, too. You could just craft everything with a pad.
Creeper! 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 Creeper!
Now, many people would say this game is childish and very, not hardcore or something like that because of its art style, but survival mode. You better have a house ready, man. Because when it comes to nighttime, zombies, zombie pigmen, skeletons, bow and arrows, these motherfuckers, and the Endermen will come and get you. Ah, the Endermen. My cousin told me all about them. They're pretty much the wacky next-door neighbor. They're also thieves. And they're really fast. And there's way too many of them. Yeah. Here's my cousin. Number 4, you son of a bitch. Oh yeah, you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing here. You're in my world now.
PlayStation AllStars Battle Royale!
Besides all the Super Smash Bros. Fanboys calling this a rip-off of Super Smash Bros., all because it's a crossover fighting game, PlayStation All-Stars was a pretty fun game. Sure, it was missing a lot of characters, but I'm pretty sure Sony just wanted to make this a new franchise, just so that they could make a sequel and add entirely new characters. I mean, if they had like 50 characters in this game, who are we going to add in the next one? And it'd be pretty unbalanced. You gotta think about it that way. Yeah, the first one, and the only one so far, was missing a lot of characters, and it kind of missed a core concept, but it was still a pretty fun game. And the characters are more complex than they are in Smash Brothers. I mean, Smash Brothers, you only have your standard and special attacks. But in PlayStation also has Battle Royale, you have square, triangle, and circle button, and every character has a different diverse moveset. And I don't care what anybody says, Evil and Good Call have different movesets. It's just your standard moves that are the same. If you have a PS3, I really think you should try this thing out. And if you're someone who thinks this is a ripoff of Super Smash Bros., have you even played the game to know that it's not about knocking your opponent off the stage? And are you afraid that, PlayStation All-Stars could be competition for Super Smash Bros.? You know what? Just because someone makes a crossover fighting game that's not about lowering your health to 0 does not mean it's a ripoff of Smash Bros. Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion, that's a real ripoff of Smash Bros. I don't see anyone complaining about TMNT Smash Up or that Shonen Jump crossover fighting game. Those weren't about lowering your health to 0. Are those rip-offs of Super Smash Brothers? I don't care what proof you give me. It ain't a rip-off. It might have been influenced by Super Smash Brothers, but it wasn't a rip-off. And the term is not rip-off, the term is knockoff. Yeah, I'm gonna go grammar Nazi on your ass. Number 3. I'm sure you all remember Sonic the Hedgehog. He is one of the first video game characters I could, recognize. I mean, sure, Pokemon and Crash Bandicoot, but I could recognize Sonic right off the bat when I was a kid. It was like Sonic X, I was watching that show all the time. I had many Sonic games for the Game Boy Advance, Genesis, Xbox. I didn't get any for the PS3 because I kind of got the PS3 last year. And I really want to get Sonic Lost World for the Wii U. That seems like a really fun game. And Sonic Generations has to be my favorite one of them all. Even though it was lacking a lot of levels. I really wish they could have made the game a lot longer. Yeah, Sega, they're one of those video game companies that actually learn from their mistakes. But, that doesn't mean Sonic can't make another one. And I'm not looking forward for his next mistake. My nose is itchy. Oh my god. Oh my god, number 2, please. No. You remember what I was saying about Super Smash Bros. Fanboys calling PlayStation AllStars Battle Royale rip-off of Super Smash Bros. All because it was a crossover fighting game? And some of you were probably thinking, oh, he just hates Nintendo. Well, why would I put Mario on the list? And why is Super Smash Bros. Higher than PlayStation All-Stars? Super Smash Bros. Oh man, I had so many memories with this game. I mean, Super Smash Bros. 64, Melee, Brawl, doesn't matter. And I cannot wait for the next one to come out on the Wii U and 3DS. Mega Man and Super Smash Bros. Fuck yeah. And it brought Sonic back and the first one to be in a portable system. And 2 Super Smash Bros. Games coming out in the same year. When has that happened before? I'll tell you what, never. I mean, I don't care what anybody says, Brawl is still my favorite. Everyone's all like, oh, Brawl's too casual, Melee is better. I mean, did you know that Super Smash Bros. Was never meant to be competitive? And Sakurai, the creator, was actually disappointed in Melee because it was too competitive and new players couldn't get a hand of it. And I'm not saying Melee's a bad game, I like Melee. It's just way too competitive, and people need to stop trying to turn Brawl into Melee. I mean, like Project M, that's impressive, but you gotta stop turning Brawl into Melee. Sure, it's a lot more casual than Melee is, but still. Want to know what's competitive about Melee? It's speed, and an AI cannot finish your combos. And that's not a good thing. It's like you face Mario inside Melee, and you're against a wall. Yeah, sure, you have a shield, but those things can break. It's like he'll just do his first 2 hits of his combo, repeat. And you know what they consider competitive in Melee? Getting Marth and using the same move over and over. I mean, his front air attack. Jump, front air, jump, front air.
This is competitive.
Number 2? Number 1. You want to know my favorite video game franchise? It's been going on since 2002, and I just found out about it in 2006. Its 3rd installment, which is number 2, is the first game in its series that I have played. And I have nearly every installment of the franchise, well, the main stories anyway. And that game is Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is essentially a crossover between Disney and Final Fantasy. Sure, it doesn't really have many Final Fantasy, and in the most recent main title, it had The World Ends With You instead of Final Fantasy. I own all of the main titles. I own Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, which I hate with a burning passion. Kingdom Hearts 2, 3 of 5 Here for 2 Days, Recoded, Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance. I really wanted to get 1.5, but I wasn't really a big fan of Chain of Memories. Okay, I hate Chain of Memories. Because guess what? If you don't have the right card to get through the door, you're going to have to fight some Heartless, pop-a-dop-a-dop-a-doo, try and hope you get the card, and eventually the game will just stop giving you battles. And if you don't have the card, guess what? You're going to start the game over. Sure, you can merge cards, but that's only rarely. And I keep having to start over. I hate Chain of Memories. With a burning passion. Every other game I love. And I cannot wait for Kingdom Hearts 3 with PS4 and Xbox One. And for all of you who were complaining it's on Xbox One, shut the fuck up. It was never PlayStation exclusive in the first place. the entire series was not PlayStation exclusive. Just because one title is not exclusive to a system does not mean Square Enix is giving up on PlayStation. Square Enix is tight on money. Kingdom Hearts 3 is essentially money, and Kingdom Hearts 3 on other systems means more money. Plus, if Kingdom Hearts is really PlayStation exclusive, how come we got Dream Drop Distance, Recoded, 358 over 2 days, and Chain of Memories, the original version, on Nintendo systems? Counting all the main titles together, 4 out of 9 games were on Nintendo systems. Yeah, it's mainly on PlayStation, but it was never PlayStation in the first place. The Xbox wasn't really a popular system when it first came out, so that's why it wasn't on there. So, Square Enix and all the other video game companies are not giving up on the PlayStation. Money is tight, and I blame PC fanboys. Not gamers, fanboys. If you're a PC gamer, do not take it the wrong way. It's just the PC fanboys that think they're the best because they play on PC. Oh, you got 60 frames per second. Well, I didn't know graphics were the most important thing in games besides gameplay. Oh, you got Steam? Oh, that's fine. That's great. Yeah. Oh, did you get a virus on your computer? Are you going to have to reset it and download all those games again? Possibly getting another virus? Well. Yeah, you can't say I didn't play PC gaming, because I did. At one point, and I disliked it a lot. So there you have it. There's my top 10 favorite video game franchise. If you have a different opinion, or you hate me because I bashed you people who say that Super Smash Bros. Is a ripoff of PlayStation All-Stars, and PC fanboys, not PC gamers, PC fanboys who think they're better than everyone else just because they play on PC, put your comments down below, tell me I'm a faggot. And put your comments down below what your video game franchises you love, blah blah blah, bibbidi bobbidi bibbidi boo. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we all see fish in the ceiling, at least once in our lives.